I'm going to show you how to attack a Kimura from a closed guard. You're going to commit yourself to the arm. Are you in or are you really in? Alright? There's a big difference. We're going to make simple math here. You're going to commit your entire body. It's going to be your entire body versus the opponent's arm. It's a bad equation for whoever's on a bad end of it. Committed. Commitment. Are you in or are you really in? We got to commit our entire body to attack that arm and make it happen. Put that arm behind our back and finish him with the Kimura. Chop certified style. Chop certified. Here I am in a closed guard. Tight closed guard, firm legs all the time. Whenever you're in a closed guard, tight legs. Alright? You gotta start, why tight legs? You gotta start planting those seeds of fear. Alright? In your opponent's head. Alright? Tight legs, they start to panic, they start to get nervous, opponents start to make mistakes. I'm gonna pull forward with my legs, hands gonna hit the floor, and right here, I'm coming to the outside. Hand on the wrist. Alright? Because he's basing up. Alright, now notice, when I'm here and I grab that wrist, I'm going to open my legs, I'm committing my entire body to this arm. Okay, my entire body is a full commitment. I'm not 50% on the arm and 50% of me back here. No, it's 100% of me versus this arm. I'm on my side. My hip is alive. When your back is flat, your hip is dead. Alright, I'm on my side. I'm going to switch from this side to the other side. Now, when it comes to grips, it's really a preference. Alright, you can do thumb around, you can do thumb next to your four fingers. Some can be vice versa. I like a vice versa. It always changes. It depends on my opponent. It's very important. You need to learn to read your opponent. Read your opponent. Everybody, it's going to be different. I can feel with this opponent. I prefer thumb around. However, on my other wrist, when my hand that grabs my own wrist, I'm grabbing thumb next to my four fingers. I could grab like this, but I'm naturally doing like this. I'm not going to fight it. I trust my instincts, all right? Trust your instincts, all right? I'm on my side, jiu-jitsu feet. I'm going to switch all the way to the other side on my hip, all right? I'm going to be on my side. My leg that's under my opponent is my foot that's on top. Jiu-jitsu my feet. His elbow, center on my chest, grabbing his wrist. I'm not pushing his wrist up. I'm riding his wrist on the spine line. The more chicken winged his arm, the more pressure it's going to put in his shoulder. I'm going to ride his hand on his spine line. Okay? Let's see it from straight ahead. I'm going to bring him forward with my legs. He base, firm grip. Open my legs, commit myself to the arm. I'm fully committed. Okay? I'm in. It's 100% of me versus his arm. Bad math for whoever's on the bad end of this. Alright? Great math for me. It's all in my favor. Alright? I'm on my side. I'm going to switch my hip. Alright? I'm gripping his wrist tight. Leg that's under my opponent. His foot that's on top. Grab tight. Really tight. If his elbow doesn't come to my chest goes to his elbow. Alright? If my elbow doesn't go to his chest, if my chest doesn't go to his elbow, alright, I need to bring his elbow to my chest, vice versa. Alright? I want to glue myself to his elbow, push the hand up the spine line, submit him right there. Alright? Okay? Come one more time. Short diagonal here. Alright? So right here, firm legs, bring them forward. Alright? You need to make this happen. Alright? It's not just going to happen on its own. You need firm legs, you need to pull him forward. It's not just going to happen on its own. Alright? Hand on the wrist, committed, fully committed to this arm. Alright, 100% of me versus this arm. Jiu-jitsu feet, switch my hip. Alright, leg that's under him, his foot that's on top. His elbow on my chest line, push his hand up the spine line, and finish him. Kimura from a closed guard is vicious. It's vicious. You've got to commit yourself. You've got to commit yourself 100% to the arm. I relate this to back when I used to wrestle. On the first day of wrestling, 150 people would show up.
And the coach would say, is everybody committed? Everybody raised their arm. And the next day there's 30 or 40 people. What happened to the other 110? Are you in or are you really in? You have got to commit yourself 100% to the arm if you want to make it happen. Simple math, my entire body versus his arm. It's bad math. It's bad news for whoever's on the bad end of it. Chop certified Kimura from a closed guard. Make it happen. Commit yourself. Are you in or are you really in?